Yeah,
You guys
must
have
be nice.
so many. I know, no wonder you're so busy and fashionable at the same time. I'm pumped. Okay.
Testing 1, 2.
Perfect. Okay. Okay, ready to go?
I think so. Am I in a good position?
Yes.
Should I
Okay.
be
And if I get up or do any content like this, just be normal.
Ignore it? Okay.
Okay.
What I can do.
Hello guys, and welcome back to another episode of Coffee and a Good Vibe. We are doing a very special episode because we have Josh Kaplan on the podcast.
What's more special than that?
Nothing's more, name something more special than this. And Josh, if you guys are listening and you listen to our special live event panel podcast,
That's right.
Josh was on the panel. I know you guys are waiting for this moment because everyone on the panel, they had so many questions for you guys, and it was a panel, right? So everyone had to shine. But now this is the next.
It's just all about us.
All
now.
about Josh. It's all about Josh. So Josh, can you give the people a little bit of background on you, your story, and to what you're doing today?
When I was younger, it was always left brain or right brain.
Mm-hmm.
And I found it so fascinating that you have to choose, right? And what that does is it kind of puts you in this box where you've almost now created your own destiny. So if you decide, I am a creative person, I'll never get math.
Oh,
And what
yeah.
happens is you end up pushing yourself away from mathematics, pushing yourself away from numbers, and you end up getting worse at math, right?
Mm-hmm.
And simultaneously, you have the other people that are like, oh, I'm quantitative, like, I can't be creative. And for me, I always felt, they call it lateral brain theory. I always felt that I didn't want to put myself in either box. And so because of that, I feel it an advantage because I can look at problems and solve them creatively. And I think that that's a rare thing that traditional education doesn't do a good enough job of empowering you to balance both.
Always repping like the nicest tracksuits and workout
Yeah, it's
sets.
comfort, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I think the other big,
It's like you knew that before it all popped up.
I mean, I like to think that we're first movers. and
Innovative.
But, you know, a t-shirt is a t-shirt, right? I think for us, it's more about it's everything you need and nothing you don't.
It's so insightful and enlightening because when you're in this journey of entrepreneurship, you need to hear that and have that perspective. Otherwise, it can eat you up. Like
I haven't used that puzzle metaphor before.
You explained
so
it
I'm gonna
so
lock that
well.
in,
Oh, no, we got this
for the
recorded.
future.
We gotta keep this, keep that forever. Anyone, inspirations, people like designers that have inspired you, or that you're inspired by, just continuously.
Yeah, that's a hard question I haven't gotten in a while.
Maybe we should all create who you follow. Who's like verified.
Yeah, that's a good. Yeah, bring up the Instagram and let's look. Yeah, it's hard to say.
And it's okay if there isn't anyone too, because I think that's a beautiful thing in itself too. That like you get inspiration from the art that you create. You know.
Yeah, I think I'll safely say that there's a number of designers that I look up to, and both in high fashion and also more of the mass market that can fuse their personal influence into something that people can empathize with is pretty hard to do. So anyone that's done that well, I very much look up to.
I love that. And on that note, what is coming in the pipeline with Melrose Place and brands you're creating? Because you're constantly doing some things, and even with the inspiration, I feel like it's so abundant from within. Could you give us a peek into the mind of Josh of what you're creating?
The most important, of course, is our collaboration.
Oh, we're just beginning with that. It's gonna explode. I'm excited.
First
for
drop
it.
is this weekend. Incredible. It was so much fun to work with you on it.
It was such an amazing opportunity.
I strongly recommend anyone that loves really high quality, incredible products that have just the best message
It's so crazy the feedback I've gotten with just like the hats and just the touch and feel of everything, the sets that we had there. Everyone who was wearing the hats already is like, this is the best hat I've ever worn. And that's all because of you guys with Melrose Place and the quality. And I'm a hat person too. Like, I'll buy hats from like everywhere.
That's back to the authenticity.
Yeah,
right?
you gotta be
actually want to wear it every day, and
totally.
so therefore people can.
But I'm not even just trying to be biased. Like, I would never lie. Like, the hats fit different. Like, they hit, like you don't want to take it off. Because, guys, females, you hear me. Like, we wear hats sometimes when you don't want to do our hair.
Yeah,
or like,
it's not all hats fit the same.
Yeah, and like everyone has said to me, like the first reaction is, oh my god, the fit is insane.
Oh, glad to hear that. Yeah, we're really proud of what we do. We have an incredible team that is just so dedicated to making the perfect product. And we take pride in that. It's really hard. That's the other funny thing that I used to say quite often is that most of our customers think that we are like, especially on the footwear side, that there's like some magic vending machine overseas that I just can pick. I'm like, I want this shoe in this color, and then boom, it comes out, and then I can sell it. And the truth is, it's so complicated to design a product, to source materials, to work with factories, to figure out all the challenges in constructing something. And every decision you make has so many different implications, right? You want to make the tongue smaller, well, then it's harder for it to fit around the ankle. Or you want to make the sole a little sharper, it's, you know, less comfort for you as you step on every, you know, heel strike. And so you have all these different factors that go into just making a pair of shoes, but at the end of the day, you want the decision to be so simple. Those shoes look great, they fit great, I want them. And so that's been, when you think of the future, every single category that we do, that's what we're thinking about, is how can we make the product as great as possible, but the decision as easy as possible.
It's so true too, like as a testament of what you guys have done with like through also listening to the group chat, like hearing more about like certain products you guys drop, like with the GRC, the shorts.
Yeah.
Like you guys crushed, like I'm not that all the guys wear them to run in. Like they're the best running shorts where the consumer has no other, they have other choices, but they don't want to choose anything else because it's the best. And I think that mindset and like that whole view of how you guys are building and creating new products, it serves so abundantly. Like totally it's the long game, because I can only imagine how long it takes to source, launch, create the perfect shoe.
A lot longer than people realize.
But it's like once you do, the audience is hooked.
Yeah, thank you. We hope so.
Any new, I don't know if you can show us, is there any new product line that's coming out, like a new apparel piece that's coming that you guys are in the process of formulating?
Not anything I can share.
Okay, that's cool. We're waiting on a women's line for like a GRC, like a short.
Yeah, we have a few really cool things happening. I can say that we have some incredible women's product coming out this year that are going to be spectacular.
Oh, pumped for that. Pumped. Hitting on this pillar because it's very important, I do want to touch on it. Managing and building a team. We have a mug over here, which you guys can't see in frame, but World's Best Boss. What does it take to be a good leader? I know there's a lot of entrepreneurs out there who are trying to build a team. Maybe they have a small team, and you do this immensely well with all your brands. So what's the secret sauce to managing a team?
Wow, yeah. $1 billion question, right? And I know we were talking even before this, just how difficult it is to manage, let alone a growing business and all the future, but just the current, right? All the people that you have working with you and the partners, and it's so tough. I think that the best skill set that I look for in a potential hire is transferable skills to be like a natural business athlete, right? Someone that can do
business athlete. I love that. I'm gonna adopt that.
Please
start saying that.
Yeah, and I think it's true. Like, sure, you can have a specialty, especially for particular roles, but someone that can be dynamic, someone that can critically problem solve and creatively problem solve, and someone that can work with others in a way towards a common goal. We rarely hire people based upon metrics. Right.
Josh, this was such a pleasure. You were such a light and a mentor, entrepreneur, boss, everything, but you said so many gems.
I appreciate it.
It was such a pleasure, and I truly just want to honor you for everything you've shared, because you're a wealth of knowledge. I think we could go for another 5 hours.
Easily,
hear all
but for the sake of everyone else's time, right? They got to go build their businesses. So
I love that. Where is the best place for everyone to connect with you? How can they reach out to you? Best platform?
Sure. Instagram works at Josh Kaplan. Very easy. JOSHKPLAN. That's
and cue the
right,
brands,
links in the-
all the brands, and I'll have them all linked below.
Yes. Shop New Republic at Shop New Republic at Melrose Place. ShopNewRepublic.com, where you can find all of our brands. And I really believe that all feedback is welcome. So please, if you have some feedback, product feedback before, during, or after purchase, let us know. We'd love to help.
I love that. You guys don't hear that a lot from all brands. It's really special.
You will never be fully ready, and that's okay.
Love it. End it there. Thank you so much, Josh.
Thank
it
you.
was such a
This was
pleasure.
amazing.
You're so wise.
We did good, huh?
You're so good. This
You
was
were
so good.
incredible.
No, you crushed it with all.
Okay.
Let me just save this file for it. But you literally have so much wisdom. Do you want to write a book?
One day.
I think you should
Gotta
write
add
a
it to the
book.
list.
You're
Thank
very
you.
calm. Do you meditate? Do you meditate?
No, remember we talked about this. I'm very jealous that you're able to do it, because it was with Dave, I think, because he does it too
I think
every
it's like
day.
a 15, 15, 15 or something.
Yeah, I'll bring it back one day.
What I
Took me a
do,
long
because my
time
brain is
to-
really busy all the time, every morning I do a visualization meditation. So it depends. If the day's busy, I'll visualize out my day. I visualize out certain things I'm calling in. But I feel like that really helps, because I'm my mind's not still. It's focused on what
Yeah, I love
drives
that.
me.
It's probably easier to focus too.
Yeah, I met this guy yesterday for a coffee, and I remember he was saying the same thing, super successful entrepreneur, and he was like, I can't meditate. And I told him what I do, and I was like, honestly, try it, because my mind's so busy, and I thought I was always the person who would never be able to meditate, and that's the one thing I've done every day for probably 2 years.
Wow.
It's just
Good for
15.
you. Even just having that discipline to do it every day is incredible.
But
I'm gonna work on it.
You should do
That'll
it.
be my...
You golf every day. That's a lot of
idea.
discipline.
Yeah, it's different type of discipline.
I'm still getting up there and golfing. I sent the video and the audio for that panel, and I kept listening to it, and I love one thing, and I think it's so beautiful that you do, and I always gotta speak it out. You make other people feel really good with just positive reinforcement. I'm really big on this. When someone says something or they do something, we should acknowledge it and appreciate it. You did that multiple times on the panel, because
wow.
I've been listening to the audio, trying to choose sound bites, and I just have it going while I'm at my desk, working.
Oh, that's so cool.
And I acknowledge that in your mannerisms. You would have these one-liners, or say a joke or a compliment, but the joke would be in the form of a compliment.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's such good energy, making someone feel good. I think Jake was before you on Something's Answering because of the line.
Yeah.
And he would say something, and then you would compliment on it, and almost like a boot. And it's such a good quality. I don't know if you realize you do it.
I definitely did not realize. Now when I watch the when it goes live, I'll have to watch it and look out for it.
You'll say these things, and it makes...
That's
I think
so
it's so
cool.
important, to just make other people feel good, because it draws people into you.
Yeah, honestly, it's also just genuine, right? I'm so impressed with... I think we just need to celebrate more, the people around us that are doing great things.
I think everyone needs to support each other, too, and be all
Yeah.
love. I don't like it when people are, scarcity energy. You can feel that.
Half of my, I guess you could call it, mentor relationships, half of them are people trying to start clothing or footwear companies, that are directly competitive to us in someone could argue. And for me, it's no, I want everyone, why shouldn't I be able to help them not make the same mistakes I did? And hopefully, literally, the casket right there, box of shoes, is a young kid who started a sneaker brand a few years ago that's just trying to figure it out. And that's just one great example where I'm I will help you in every way that I possibly can, for no other reason than because I have done it before.